All right, guys, Luis Moreno here with Simply Health Insurance Agency in partnership with 360 Insurance Group. All right, guys, got a question from an agent. It's a pretty darn good question. Okay, it's about contracting and ACA carriers. And so the question on this one is, Luis, I'm expanding to other states. Why the heck not? Really, really good. If you're in one state, you're doing well, but you want to expand into some other states and get a non-resident license in those states and start offering ACA plans over there. Question was, can I do that? And how do I do it? Guys, I'm going to answer that question. But before I do that, please, make sure you like this video, comment, as I put lots of comments on here. I respond to all the comments, and then make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right, let's answer the question. So what do I got to do if I want to expand? What do I have to do? Expand to other states. All right. So every organization uses different ways to get agents set up for contracts. All right. We use Sure LC. It used to be Sure and Spay, and then now they changed it to Sure LC. And it's a contracting platform. Okay. So on this contracting platform that we utilize is you're going to go in there, you're going to put a bunch of your data in there, a lot of personal information. It'll pull all your licenses. And then what it's going to do, you're going to request your contracts. So let's just say that you're in one state and you've already done that. Okay, so you've got that set up. Then what you're going to do is if you've added another state, okay, you've got a non-resident license state in that state, and you want to add ACA carriers for that state, you're going to go back to Sure LC. Okay, go back to Sure LC, and you're going to request a contract. But instead of requesting a new contract, you're going to add a state. So you're going to pick the carrier you want, and then you're going to add that state to that carrier. And you're going to resubmit the contract. Carrier's going to get it. They're going to add that state for you. And now you're contracted to sell in that state. All right. So far, we are rocking with part one. Okay. Part two of this thing is you've got to go to your Health Sherpa platform, and you've got to get set up there. Now, Health Sherpa is going to talk to NIPR. NIPR, I don't even know what it stands for, but it's going to recognize that you've got a license in that new state, and it's going to let you set up your quoting and enrollment platform for that state. Otherwise, you're going to be able to quote, but you're not going to be able to proceed beyond the quote. All right, so I'm going to show you what you've got to do on Health Sherpa. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to give you kind of the walkthrough. So what you're going to do is you've added a new state. Do not, guys, I'll just tell you this. Do not add a new state on Health Sherpa. Okay, just because you add a new state to Health Sherpa, unless you're going to do referrals, you are not going to get paid. In fact, they kind of got that catch where if you're not licensed, it's not going to let you do anything. You can't even submit referrals. It's because you're not licensed in that state. All right, so what you're going to do here is within the Health Sherpa platform, you're going to go to the carrier settings page. And this is where you're going to add licensed states that you're set up with. Okay. And then you're going to add your appointed carriers. Don't just start clicking and do them all. If you're not appointed with those carriers, with some of those carriers, then you might as well just do a referral with Sherpa. And that way you can get a little bit of money. Some of these carriers, guys, we don't have as an organization, and some of them don't even pay commissions. Okay, they're captive kind of carriers. So you just may want to refer it out there. All right. So what you'll do is you'll click on the carrier tab. Okay, you'll hit the gear sprocket, then you'll go to carriers. Then you're going to add the new state that you just acquired. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put check boxes on the ones that you are appointed with. Okay. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you have referrals turned on. And if you do, you'll have this little extra column over here for refer. And you're going to want to check the ones that you're not appointed with. I have no idea here why they have both of them set up here. If you're appointed, hell no, I'm not going to refer any business over there. Okay. So if you're appointed, just do appointed. Do not check both of them off. You don't want to run into an issue where you check them and then you end up referring and you're expecting commissions. Now, let's just say you're appointed here with Ambetter or with United Healthcare, but for some reason you don't have Ambetter. All right, well, it is what it is. You'll go in here and hit the refer, and that will allow you to refer it. But you must be licensed in that state to get referrals. If you're not licensed in that state, you're kind of out of luck. All right. Now, one of the things that we do have for you within our organization is we got a little bit of a map here. So I'm going to share our map. So we are everywhere in the US except for the gray states. All right. I honestly don't even know why we're not in those states. I couldn't tell you, but you'll notice here that we have all the dark blue and then the aqua ones. The dark blue states are your federal states. That means you go do one certification and you're rocking. So here's my personal recommendation. This is just me. Okay. What I would do is no matter what state you're on, if you're thinking about expanding, I would focus on the federal states. Only reason is this. In fact, I think there's two. My reason and the other one, I don't know, because I don't sell in one state that has a state-based exchange. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. But number one, when you go do the central certification on portal.cms.gov, it will work in all the blue states. Okay. Now, these aqua states are state exchanges. Okay, which means they have their own platform for quoting and enrollment. They have their own certification. And in some of these states, that certification is very lengthy. That's the only reason I don't want to mess with it. I think Colorado was an agent over there who is local to Colorado was telling me, look, it took 15 hours to do certification. Guys, I don't have 15 hours. Okay. And I've got no interest in selling in Colorado. Now, if I lived in Colorado, okay, great. That's one thing. But outside of Colorado, I live in Texas. I'm not going to mess with it. But that is just me. That's just my opinion. If you want to rock and roll and sell in these other states, hey, no reason not to. Okay. Now, with our interactive map here, you're going to be able to click on the state and you're going to see the carriers that we have. All right. So in Oklahoma, we got 3. Okay. And you kind of move on. New Mexico, we've got 3. Okay. In Texas, we've got a lot more. Florida, we've got a heck of a lot more. So we may not have them all, but we'll have the majority of them. All right. So you kind of work it out there. But in my opinion, guys, I would, if you're going to expand to the federal states. It's a heck of a lot easier. Don't go to Texas. I'm just kidding. I'm in Texas. There's plenty of business everywhere. All right, guys. So I hope that helps you out there. Make sure that you get your contracting done before you start selling. Otherwise, you're not going to get paid. So before you leave me, make sure you like the video. Don't forget to comment. Okay. I do respond to the comments. And then number 3, subscribe to the channel. Also down below, I got a lot of goodies for you guys. Down below, I'm going to have my ACA 101 class. All right. If you don't know anything about ACA, the current upline that you're with, and you don't want to leave them, you want some ACA 101 training, you can use my course, guys. I'm bumping up the price here in a couple of days, so think about it. All right. The other deal is I've got my CRM that is tied heavily into my Facebook ads that I run, my true Facebook ads. So you may want to hop in on that. If you don't have a CRM, it's one of those must-have tools for an agent. And then if you want to run Facebook ads, but you have no idea, guys, I think that's definitely the way to go. I wrote almost 1,400 new applications during OEP. That's the open enrollment. Okay. That's over 400,000 in ACA commissions. I'm not talking about all the dental and vision I sold, all the Allstate indemnity products that I sold. I have a P&C agency, so we do auto and home, life insurance. I mean, we made more than that, but it is, that's just for one selling season, guys. We're not talking about all the renewals that I have. So, yeah, it's, and I would say that about 90% of my income, or I'm sorry, 90% of my leads were from Facebook. The other 10% were from my book, referrals, grassroots marketing stuff that I do, but 90% came from leads, guys. So if you're not doing Facebook advertising and you want to learn how, go down below and click on that course. I'll even put some information up here for you. So you can click on here and go to the Facebook ad course that we have. And again, don't forget to love me. Make sure you subscribe.